this witness be excused?
Yes.
All right, you are excused. Next witness, please.
State call Bradley Konkel.
All right, come on up. Please be careful on the ramp. When you get to the top, stand and raise your right hand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated.
Could you please state your first and last name and spell both?
Bradley Konkel, Bradley Konkel.
How are you employed?
I'm currently a detective sergeant at Dodge County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked for the Dodge County Sheriff's Office?
I've worked for the Dodge County Sheriff's Office since June of 2022.
Prior to your employment to the Dodge County Sheriff's Office, we'll just ask, what is your total law enforcement experience?
I've been a sworn law enforcement officer since 2013.
And back in June of 2024, what was your position with the Dodge County Sheriff's Office?
As a patrol sergeant with the Dodge County Sheriff's Office, and my assignment was to supervise the Dodge County Multi-Jurisdictional Drug Task Force.
In June of 2024, were you tasked to assist in a missing persons investigation?
Yes, I was.
And who was that missing person that you were assisting in the investigation?
The missing person was Crystal Rasch.
And approximately when did you get assigned that case? Or when did you become involved in the case?
I became involved with this investigation on June 25th, 2024 during the late afternoon hours.
On June 25th, what was the primary thing that you were tasked with looking at?
One of the primary things that I was tasked with doing was reviewing the previous calls for service involving Crystal Rasch and Zachariah Rasch, as well as reviewing ALPR data, which is automated license plate reader data.
And what does that mean, automated license plate reader data?
Sure, there's a variety of different systems that can be utilized. A predominant one throughout Wisconsin and nationwide right now is the flock camera system, which we have here in Dodge County, as well as other municipalities. And the flock camera system is typically a stationary mounted camera that monitors traffic in a particular area, and it takes images of passing traffic, capturing registration plates if they're available, or at least the vehicle information as it passes by. And flock retains that for a short period of time, which allows us to go back and review that data or information.
And how does law enforcement authorized to gain access to that information?
Law enforcement is authorized to gain access to the information if they have an account through the flock system. So it requires that they be a law enforcement agency and that you are performing some sort of law enforcement authorized function. So the flock system can be utilized for things like attempting to locate a missing person, reviewing registration plates associated with other misdemeanor or felony type crimes, including things anywhere ranging from retail thefts all the way up to homicide investigations.
When you learned that Crystal Rasch was missing, was there a individual, well, first, did Crystal Rasch have a vehicle that was registered to her?
Yes, she did.
And did you run that vehicle through flock?
Yes, I did.
And was there substantial movement of that vehicle in the month of June?
There was not.
And so did you learn from family or friends who she might have been with in the month of June?
Yes.
And who was that person?
I learned that she had been with her husband, Zachariah Rasch, during various points during the month of June.
And did Zachariah Rasch have a vehicle that was registered to him?
Yes.
Did he have more than one, so this will say before June 11th, did he have more than one vehicle registered to him?
I'm not certain if it was before June 11th if he had more than one vehicle registered to him, but I know that at the time of my investigation that he had at least 2 vehicles that were registered in his name.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. So on June 25th, he had at least 2 vehicles that were registered in his name.
That's correct.
Correct.
There was a red Chevy car and a silver Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross SUV.
And then were you aware of where Mr. Rasch resided?
Yes, he resided at an address on Wood Road in the town of Kleiman, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
And then who did he reside there with?
He resided there with his 2 parents.
And then did his parents have vehicles registered to them?
Yes.
And did you also run their vehicles through the flock system?
Yes, I did.
And for the month of June, the vehicles registered to Zach Rasch and his parents, was there movement on those vehicles?
Yes, there was.
So did you begin to track that movement?
I did.
I'm going to show you what's been marked Exhibit 84. And so this one, I'm just an exhibit, and then we'll go through the individual pictures. Do you recognize that exhibit?
Yes, I do.
And did you prepare this exhibit?
Yes, I did.
And what is contained within this exhibit?
So this is a printout of a PowerPoint presentation that I prepared. There are numerous slides on this exhibit which detail in chronological order the ALPR or flock hits discovered on multiple different vehicles, including a silver Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross that has a Wisconsin registration of AUH 4251. There's also flock entries for a blue pickup truck that has Wisconsin registration UF 7325. A red Chevrolet Cobalt, which has Wisconsin registration AXV 7332. And then there's also I'll say a gold Buick SUV and I believe the registration on that one is it ends in 5412.
And this exhibit, you said that Zach, the Buick, who was that registered to?
The Buick was registered to Mary Rasch.
The other 3 vehicles you referenced, who were those registered to?
Zachariah Rasch was a registered owner.
And then you said that his dad also lived at that residence at the time, correct?
That is correct.
And you did run his dad through the flock system, correct?
Yes.
And did you put any slides of his father's vehicle in this presentation?
I would have to review to determine if the Dodge pickup truck is also registered to Dad.
I guess let me phrase it this way. You were aware of what Dad's primary vehicle that he drove, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
And you looked at Dad's movement as well, correct?
Yes, I did.
And did you find any of Dad's movement of his vehicle relevant to your investigation?
No, I did not.
And let me ask you this, did you run any other individuals through the flock system besides Crystal and Zach's family? We don't have to name all the other individuals, but were there other individuals that you ran through flock?
Yes, I believe so.
And through the course of your investigation, did you find the movement of any of those other individuals' vehicle significantly relevant to your investigation?
No, I did not.
Okay. So at this point, I would move Exhibit 84 into evidence and permission to publish to the jury.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Will be received and published.
Fingers crossed.
And how are we attempting to accomplish this?
Well, the same computer from earlier, same connection from this morning, so. Yeah, it was working this morning. I don't know why. Because the problem is we can't put it on that. Try. You have to know it. Switch to the other thing to see if that. I'm switching cords. Well, it's a PowerPoint, it's not gonna work up there. Because we have to have a password. That doesn't work. Okay, so while we're waiting for this thing to get going, later on in the investigation, can you just restart that? Later in the investigation, at some point, did you go to Crystal Rasch's apartment?
Yes, I did.
And what was the purpose of going to Crystal Rasch's apartment?
So one of my assignments in the investigation was assigned as a liaison for Crystal Rasch's mother, Brenda Acosta. So I had contact with her multiple times throughout the investigation. On June 28th, I returned to 730 Main Street in the village of Kleiman, which is where Crystal Rasch resided. And I was tasked with collecting DNA information from Brenda Acosta and known or suspected DNA standards from Crystal Rasch as well. So I had made contact with Brenda Acosta at her residence. I received consent from her to search the residence, and I specifically went and searched Crystal Rasch's bedroom and bathroom area where I located known DNA standards. In her bathroom area, I found a singular toothbrush in the toothbrush holder on the sink. I also found a shaving razor that was consistent with a women's or woman's razor. And there was also a hairbrush in the bathroom as well. And I collected those three things from the bathroom area while I was searching her bedroom and bathroom at 730 Main Street.
So I'm going to show you Exhibit 87. We'll start, oh, I apologize. We'll start with Exhibit 87. What is that exhibit?
Exhibit 87 is a buckle swab standard that I collected from Brenda Acosta.
And when you say a buckle swab standard, what does that mean?
So to collect a buckle swab or buckle standard, we take a sterile cotton swab that's in packaging similar to like what you would find for hospital grade type medical equipment. Obviously you wear proper personal protective equipment, so gloves would be a standard thing that we wear during this so that we don't cross-contaminate the DNA. And you insert the cotton swab into the person's mouth that you're sampling, and you rub the cotton swab along the inside of their cheek for several seconds. You then properly package the cotton swab into like a cardboard packaging after it's dried, and then typically these types of evidence are further submitted to the Wisconsin State Crime Laboratory for analysis for DNA purposes.
And so how, can you just stand up and show the jury how you package something like that so they understand how we make sure chain of custody is preserved? You don't have to open it up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this is my label here on the front of the package with my initials and the date, so June 28th, 2024. We would also then seal it with evidence tape, which is shown here at the top with my initials and badge number as well as the date. On the bottom, this is consistent with the Wisconsin State Crime Lab's processing and resealing of the evidence. So this is indicating to me that they had removed this item for processing at their lab and then reinserted the item back into the packaging and sealed it on February 27th, 2025. And then this yellow sticker on here is indicative of the lab number that was generated once we submit items to the Wisconsin State Laboratory.
So going to 88. What is that item?
So exhibit number 88 is the toothbrush that I collected from the bathroom area in Crystal Rasch, that's attached to Crystal Rasch's bedroom at 730 Main Street in the village of Kleiman.
And then finally 89.
Exhibit 89 is the second buckle standard that I collected from Brenda Acosta. So typically as we do these things, we'll collect 2 sterile swabs from our person, so one on each, the inside of either cheek. So this is just the other buckle standard, and both of these packages show that they were sealed by me on June 28th, 2024. And this one also has a yellow sticker on it indicating that it went to the Milwaukee lab. And Exhibit 88 has a yellow sticker on it, also indicating that it went to the Milwaukee lab.
And the toothbrush, how come you got a toothbrush? Were you directed to specifically get a toothbrush by anybody?
Nobody specifically directed me to collect the toothbrush. I knew from speaking with Brenda Acosta and then my own observations of searching the bedroom and bathroom area that the toothbrush, hairbrush, and razor were likely good sources of DNA for the victim, Crystal Rasch. And so those were the items that I collected, and I based that assessment based upon my education, training, and experience in law enforcement, as well as my specific experience in investigating death investigation scenes.
All right, so back to our flock system. We got the computer working. Is this the first page here of 84, the PowerPoint presentation that you put together for the automated license plate reader data?
Yes, it is.
And so, and I believe, and I believe we did already move this into evidence with permission to publish, correct? Before we had the defect. So we'll start with slide number 1. What are we looking at here?
This is a silver Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross that is registered to Zachariah Rasch. The map on the right gives a general indication of the location where that vehicle is passing by, specifically in this map, the green dot. But you can tell from the description that the vehicle is located on Air Park Drive, traveling east or inbound in the city of Watertown towards the Walmart area of Watertown.
And that green dot, it's in the top left corner here of this map that you put up here. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So
and then on the flock image itself, there is an indication on the bottom left portion in kind of that gray ribbon area about which agency maintains that flock camera, the location of the flock camera itself, as well as directional information. And there are also specific GPS coordinates that are contained for the camera.
So both this map and this photo are given to you directly from flock, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And this date.
Correction, I'm sorry. The image is from flock. The map itself is not. I utilized 2 different programs while making this presentation, one of which is Google Maps and Google Earth, and then the other is a program called CastViz, which assists with mapping.
Okay, so you generated this map here based on the information that you obtained from flock.
Correct. Everything that's contained from flock on their cloud system.
This date right here, this Friday, May 31st at 1:32 p.m., is there anything significant about this date in particular? Or is this just showing his movement?
I went back and I studied a pattern of movement from the defendant, and so there are a variety of dates that are contained throughout the presentation, some of which may not have an obvious or direct connection with the investigation. Oftentimes, one of our investigative practices when we conduct these types of investigations into missing persons is studying a pattern of life by any, particularly the victim, but also any potential suspects that might be involved in that.
So then moving to slide number 3, but the second photo. Now we have Friday, May 31st, 6:52, correct?
That is correct.
Now, in your training and experience, is the flock camera system, are the times accurate?
Yes.
So what location do we have here?
That location is on Highway 16 and 60, which is still in Dodge County, Wisconsin. That is in the town of Elba, and the vehicle appears to be traveling westbound on Highway 16 and 60, approaching Baden Street, as it would typically from there travel into the city of Columbus.
Now, we see, so the previous slide, we saw the back of the vehicle. Now we see the front of the vehicle, correct?
That's correct. So if you're reviewing the flock information, at the bottom of the flock image, there's typically information indicating which way the flock camera is facing, or typically which direction it is geared towards monitoring. So this camera in particular is geared towards monitoring eastbound traffic that would be entering Dodge County. So this is a flock camera that is maintained by Dodge County Sheriff's Office and is very close to our county line. So it would be monitoring incoming traffic to Dodge County from nearby Columbia County. We know that this vehicle is traveling westbound for two reasons. One, being familiar with the area, I'm able to determine which way the flock camera is pointed in that particular spot. And I know that is monitoring traffic from a particular way. But for others, if they were reviewing this information, they can take the flock image in the direction that's pointed generally, and if a vehicle is coming towards the camera with the front of the vehicle facing it, it means that it would typically be traveling the opposite direction.
The opposite direction of the direction the camera is facing.
That's correct.
Does it appear, obviously there's a person in the driver's seat, correct? And then does it appear that there's someone in the passenger seat in this vehicle?
It does appear that there is somebody seated in the front passenger seat in this image.
Have you zoomed in on this image at all?
Yes, I have.
And were you able to determine who was in the passenger seat of this vehicle?
I was not able to determine with 100% certainty, but it did strongly resemble Crystal Rasch.
So if we can attempt to zoom in on the image in the passenger seat, here, that's who you believe is Crystal Rasch, but you can't be certain.
I cannot be certain, but based upon my previous contacts with Crystal and viewing previous images of her, that is who I believe it is.
And here, were you able to determine who was driving the vehicle?
Again, I was not able to tell that for certain because of the, I'll say, I guess, watermark or image from flock.
So we'll zoom out and then go to image 3, slide 4. What are we looking at here?
This is the silver Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, and it appears to be traveling west on State Highway 16. Now it would be on the west side of Columbus in Columbia County, traveling past Hall Road or in the area of Hall Road. And this is from Friday, May 31st at 6:57 p.m. And I would just add that all of the dates on here have an ending of 2024.
Okay, and then moving to slide 5.
This is also the silver Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. This is on Friday, May 31st at 9:25 p.m. The vehicle is traveling north on State Highway 13 in Columbia County near Broadway, and that proximity is right next to where the edge of the Wisconsin Dells. So it would be the east side of the Wisconsin Dells. And Broadway is the road that runs directly through their downtown area, east and west.
Okay, and Friday the 31st, was that a holiday or anything leading up to a holiday, or no?
I would need to look at a calendar to know for certain. I believe it was after Memorial Day.
Yeah, it's showing you exhibit 1. So that would be I think that would,
It's not a holiday weekend.
so is it the weekend
It
after?
would be the weekend after Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you. So now, next, slide 6. Now we're on June 1st.
Yes, so this is from Saturday, June 1st, 2024 at 8:37 a.m. The vehicle is traveling west on State Highway 82 near I-90 in Mauston, Wisconsin. And this is the silver Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross that
And
is
then-
registered to Zachariah Rasch.
And then you have the map there, and then the red, this red bubble, I don't know what the fancy speak is for that. That indicates where the vehicle is, correct?
The red pin indicates where the camera is located.
The camera. And then Mauston, how far is that from the Dells?
Mauston is about a 30-minute drive northwest of the Wisconsin Dells area.
Are you familiar with the Adams property, the Adams County property that Zach Rasch's family owned?
Yes, I'm familiar with his grandmother owning 2 different properties in Adams County.
Do you know how far this location is from that property?
I did at one point. I do not recall exactly what the distance is at this time, but I do know that it is not, it's not terribly far from that property in Adams County.
Okay, so going to the next slide, slide 7. Where are we at here?
This is back in Columbia County at Broadway, traveling west towards State Highway 13 and Highway 16. So this would be in the Wisconsin Dells area, particularly the east side of it. And the vehicle would be traveling westbound in towards the Wisconsin Dells downtown area.
This map that you have here, have you dropped a pin or something to indicate where the camera is?
I did not, but there's a large 4-way intersection in the middle of that map, and this camera would be located at the northwest side of the intersection.
Or north? So
Correct.
right there. Slide 8.
This is the same Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, and it is located on State Highway 23, traveling eastbound from I-90-94 in Lake Dalton, Wisconsin, and this is Saturday, June 1st at 11:20 a.m.
This pin, red pin here, is that again the location of the camera?
Yes, it is.
Lake Dalton, is that in the Dells area?
Yes, so the Wisconsin Dells and Lake Dalton are adjacent municipalities to one another. Wisconsin Dells is to the north of Lake Dalton, and Wisconsin Dells is a very active downtown area with a variety of businesses. I won't go through and name all of them, whereas Lake Dalton is more typically commonly associated with the large water park scenes. So things like Kalahari, the Wilderness, Great Wolf Lodge, etc.
Do you know how far Lake Dalton and the Dells, well, we'll say Lake Dalton is from the Adams property?
It's roughly a half-an-hour drive.
Okay, next slide. So we're on the first now at 1:30.
Yeah, so this is Saturday, June 1st at 1:33 p.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 23 eastbound at I-90-94 in Lake Dalton. And again, is the same silver Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross with the same registration.
Slide 10.
Again, this is the same vehicle. It's Saturday, June 1st at 1:49 p.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 13, traveling northbound from Broadway, which is again located in Columbia County on the east side of Wisconsin Dells.
And is that that same camera that we saw before in that northwest corner of the intersection? Or
No,
is it-
that camera would actually be located to the north of the intersection, but it would be located on the east side of the roadway.
So, here, correct?
Correct, it would be in that general area.
So this one's a pink tent. Any significance to that, or that's just the way the camera appeared?
It's just the way the camera was capturing that, and you'll see in other images throughout the presentation that that camera in particular captured images that way.
So moving to slide 11. And now we're on the first at 6:39.
Correct. Saturday, June 1st, 6:39 p.m. It's the same Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. That now is located on Broadway, traveling west from State Highway 13 and 16 in Columbia County. So it would be traveling inward towards the Wisconsin Dells downtown area.
Slide 12. Where are we at now?
Broadway, traveling west from State Highway 13 and 16 in Columbia County, the east side of the Wisconsin Dells, traveling inward towards the Wisconsin Dells downtown area.
And this is at 5:12 p.m., correct?
That is correct.
So now slide 13.
This is from Sunday, June 2nd at 5:29 p.m. This is on State Highway 12, traveling northbound near Gasser Road in the village of Lake Delton. This particular location is the main entryway off of the interstate to Lake Delton. This would be the area between the Kalahari Resort and Great Wolf Lodge. So the vehicle is traveling northbound inwards towards Lake Delton.
And again, this is 5:29, correct? 5:29 p.m.
That's correct.
Slide 14.
This is from Sunday, June 2nd at 9:08 p.m. This is on Commerce Drive, traveling north from State Highway 23 in the village of Lake Delton. This area of Lake Delton is where a Walmart is located, and there's also a Kohl shopping center. Both of those would be to the south. The pin on the map, which is to the right of the flock image, the pin represents where the camera is located.
Okay, moving to slide 15. We're at 9:09 on June 2nd, correct?
Correct. The location is State Highway 23 eastbound from I-90-94 in the village of Lake Delton. And this is then traveling inward or inbound towards the downtown area of Lake Delton.
And then slide 16.
Slide 16 is from Sunday, June 2nd at 9:24 p.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 12 traveling northbound near Mount Olympus in the village of Lake Delton.
Slide 17.
This is from Sunday, June 2nd at 9:38 p.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 13 traveling northbound from Broadway in Columbia County. So this again would be on the east side of the Wisconsin Dells.
Slide 18.
Slide 18 is from Monday, June 3rd at 11:16 a.m. And the location is State Highway 16 southbound near Silver Lake Drive in Portage, Wisconsin.
Is this consistent with the vehicle driving away from the Dells?
Correct. So Portage would be closer to our own home area of Dodge County. State Highway 13, based upon my experience investigating this case and knowing the areas, State Highway 13 would be a plausible or likely route of travel from the Portage or Wisconsin Dells area to the property owned by the Rasch family in Adams County.
Slide 19.
Slide 19 is from Monday, June 3rd at 12:02 p.m. The vehicle is located at State Highway 16 and 60, traveling eastbound from Baden Street. It has just entered Dodge County, is in the town of Elba.
And this, again, this red pen shows where that camera is, correct?
That is correct.
Slide 20.
This is from Tuesday, June 4th at 9:27 a.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 33, traveling eastbound from State Highway 26 in the town of Oak Grove, which is in Dodge County, Wisconsin.
Slide 21.
This is from Tuesday, June 4th, 2024 at 2:16 p.m. The vehicle is located in Watertown, Wisconsin, specifically Air Park Drive, traveling eastbound. This would be inbound toward the Walmart area of the city of Watertown.
Okay, and then 22.
This is from Tuesday, June 4th, 2024 at 5:21 p.m. The vehicle is traveling eastbound on Air Park Drive, entering the Walmart area of the city of Watertown.
And again, that's this little green dot, correct?
Correct, that is where the camera is located.
Okay. Slide 23.
This is from Wednesday, June 5th, 2024 at 11:18 a.m. The vehicle is traveling northbound on County Road A from State Highway 33 in the town of Oak Grove, which is in Dodge County, Wisconsin.
These purple dots here on this map, what does that indicate?
There are two cameras that are located in that area. One monitors northbound traffic and the other monitors the southbound traffic. So it's on either side of State Highway 33. And those are just the locations of each of the cameras.
Slide 24.
This is from Wednesday, June 5th, 2024 at 11:23 a.m. The vehicle is located traveling north on Francis Lane in the city of Beaver Dam, which would be inbound toward the Walmart or Menards area in the city of Beaver Dam.
Okay. Slide 25.
Wednesday, June 5th, 2024 at 11:26 a.m. This is also on Francis Lane. This is traveling southbound or outbound from that same area in the city of Beaver Dam.
Slide 26.
Wednesday, June 5th, 2024 at 11:32 a.m. The vehicle is traveling south on County Road A from State Highway 33 in the town of Oak Grove, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
And for people that maybe are not familiar with the route from Beaver Dam to the County J residence, is this the likely route that a person would take from Beaver Dam to that county? I guess it's not the J, it's Wood Road off of J. Is this the likely route that a person would take from Beaver Dam to the Wood Road address?
Yes, I would say that is the likely route of travel.
These flock pictures that we're seeing here, we can't see the driver though, correct?
That is correct.
So going to 27.
This is from Wednesday, June 5th, 2024 at 9:31 p.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 16, traveling westbound near Hall Road in Columbia County, Wisconsin. This is located between the city of Columbus and the village of Fall River in Columbia County.
And this is that where the camera is located, that red pen, correct?
That is correct.
Moving to slide 28.
Wednesday, June 5th, 2024 at 10:18 p.m. The vehicle is located on Broadway, traveling westbound from State Highway 13 and 16, traveling inbound towards the Wisconsin Dells area. So it's in Columbia County, Wisconsin.
And then, were you aware of where the defendant worked?
Yes, I was aware of where he worked.
And where did he work?
He worked near Watertown.
In Watertown or outside of Watertown?
I believe it was just outside the city of Watertown.
And do you know what shift he worked?
I don't recall what shift he worked on this particular date.
Okay. So moving to the next slide, we're at, let's see, slide 29.
This is from Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 9:38 a.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 51, near County Highway CX in Portage, Wisconsin.
And again, that is consistent with the route traveling back from the Dells area, maybe?
Yes, it would be consistent with a route traveling back from that general area, potentially.
Going, and here in this video, we kind of see into the passenger seat. Can we tell whether or not there's anyone in the passenger seat?
Would you be able to zoom in on the vehicle?
Yes.
In my review of the images, I'm able to see in one of the images that the front passenger seatbelt appears to be deployed. I'm not able to tell from this particular view if that is the case in this one.
Okay. So we'll zoom back out in this case, in this one, and we'll go to 30. What date are we on now?
This is Thursday, June 6th at 10:22 a.m. This is the vehicle located on State Highway 16 and 60. It's eastbound in the town of Elba, so it would be entering Dodge County, Wisconsin.
Okay, so entering at 10:22 a.m. into Dodge County. Can we zoom in on that one and see if we can tell? Again, we wouldn't be able to see who is in the passenger seats.
Correct.
Here, can you see anything to say whether or not there's a passenger?
So in reviewing the images, it is hard to tell, but after reviewing many of these images, it would appear to me that there is somebody in the front passenger seat based on my observations of the image.
So I'll give you this pointer and you can,
So in reviewing the image, there's a very straight line directly right in here, consistent with the seatbelt coming across. It is hard to tell based upon some reflection seen in the windows. As you can see, there's clouds here, but this would be inconsistent to see that in this type of motor vehicle, a direct straight line coming down like that, which does tend to be consistent with somebody having their seatbelt.
but either way, we don't know who would have been in that passenger seat.
Correct.
So moving on to the next slide.
This is from Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 11:02 a.m. The vehicle is located on Air Park Drive, traveling east or inbound toward that Walmart area in the city of Watertown.
And then moving to 32.
Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 4:40 p.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 60 and is traveling eastbound near Pond Road in the city of Hartford.
So traveling eastbound, correct?
Correct.
And then 33.
This is from Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 7:13 p.m. The vehicle is located on Mill Road, traveling westbound on Parkway Drive or near Parkway Drive in Menominee Falls.
Slide 34.
Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 7:59 p.m. The vehicle is located on Liberty Avenue, traveling northbound or inbound towards the Walmart area in the city of Hartford.
Slide 35.
This is from Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 8:19 p.m. The vehicle is currently located at State Highway 60 and is traveling westbound from Goodland Road in the village of Rubicon, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
And again, we don't know where this vehicle would stop or anything like that. We just see where it's getting picked up on this flock camera, correct?
Correct. We would not know that information just from the flock information that we find.
And then going to slide 36.
This is from Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 8:57 p.m. The vehicle is traveling northbound on North Spring Street from the parallel street area in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
Now on Thursday, June 6th at 9 p.m.
All right, folks, let's take our afternoon break. We'll take 15 minutes. We'll be back at 12:42. Again, you can't discuss the case until some time. Do you recall you're under oath?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bring in the jury. All right. Please continue.
Okay, so Detective Konkel, we left off Thursday, June 6th, 9 p.m., North Spring Street in Beaver Dam, correct?
That is correct.
And then that is slide 37, so going to 38. It gives us 902, same area, correct?
This is in the city of Beaver Dam as well. This is, however, on Francis Lane in the 100 block northbound or inbound toward the Walmart Menards area in the city of Beaver Dam. Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 9:02 p.m.
And then 39,
Thursday, June 6th, 2024, 9:04 p.m. Francis Lane outbound, so south in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin, the Walmart Menards area.
and 40.
Counselors, your lapel on.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
And 40 is Thursday, June 6th, 2024 at 9:05 p.m. And this is North Spring Street and Gateway Drive, southbound in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
Now, I asked you earlier if you were familiar with where the defendant was employed. Were you able to refresh your memory on his approximately where he was employed?
Yes, it's outside of Watertown in Exonia, and it's K&S Manufacturing. Has an address on, I believe, Maple Street.
And do you recall what shift he worked?
I recall that he was assigned to second shift, so he generally worked from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. From what I recall.
These flock images of him being in Beaver Dam, I'm sorry, and that the second shift, would that be Monday through Friday? that he was scheduled, he was supposed to work those days?
My understanding is that he was a Monday through Friday employee from 2 p.m. to approximately 11 p.m.
So these flock images would show that he was in fact not at work these days.
Yes, presuming that he is the operator of his motor vehicle.
So going to image 41.
This is from Friday, June 7th, 2024 at 1:44 p.m. The vehicle is located on Air Park Drive, traveling east or inbound toward the Walmart area in the city of Watertown.
And you still have. Just gonna put exhibit 1 on this document camera. Hopefully a judge knows how to shift between the two. It should be simple, correct? To just show, go to the document camera. Just want to show exhibit 1 on the document camera briefly, the calendar. So we're on a Friday. Is this time significant for us?
Yes, Friday, June 7th is significant for us.
And why is that date significant for us?
On Friday, June 7th, there are various LPR hits on that day in the afternoon hours. And then beginning on Saturday, June 8th, there is additional LPR information indicating that the vehicle is now in the Wisconsin Dells area. So based upon the cumulative information that was developed in the case, we learned that the victim and Zachariah Rasch had traveled to the Wisconsin Dells area that weekend.
Okay, so switching back to State's computer. So Friday, June 7th, 1:44 p.m. Zach Rasch's vehicle is in Watertown. So next slide. 2:32 p.m. Where is it located?
This is Francis Lane northbound or inbound, which is in the city of Beaver Dam in the Walmart or Menards area from Friday, June 7th, 2024 at 2:32 p.m.
Slide 43.
This is from Friday, June 7th, 2024 at 2:38 p.m. The vehicle is south on North Spring Street from Gateway Drive in the city of Beaver Dam.
Slide 44.
The vehicle is traveling north on County Road A from or in the area of State Highway 33 in the town of Oak Grove on Friday, June 7th, 2024 at 2:26 p.m.
It's traveling north on A. So is that consistent with going back to his home or away from the Wood Road residence?
This would be consistent with going away from home based on the image. So the traffic camera is monitoring southbound traffic and the vehicle is traveling opposite direction of that. So I believe the description in the PowerPoint is likely off in that this vehicle is actually traveling north.
Well, let's go to 45. So what do we see here in slide 45?
So this is at 2:27 p.m. and I'm sorry, I need to correct my statement. So the vehicle in slide 44 is actually going south.
So we'll just go
Or
back to,
I'm-
we'll go back to 44, just so it's clear. So 40, on slide 44, the vehicle is traveling,
That is, that is correct. That is actually traveling north. So
Okay.
you can tell from slide 44 to slide 45 that there are two different flock images. You can tell that from the telephone pole location in the image. And the flock camera is pointed southbound in slide 44, where the vehicle is facing toward the camera.
so going to 45.
In slide 45, the flock camera is facing to monitor northbound traffic, and the vehicle is moving away from the flock camera. So it is going northbound on County Road A from State Highway 33.
And then 46.
The vehicle is going south on State Highway, or from State Highway 33 on County Road A, and Friday, June 7th at 3:07 p.m.
47.
This is from Friday, June 7th at 2:51 p.m. The vehicle is traveling east on Park Avenue near Spring Street in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
And then slide 48.
This is from Friday, June 7th at 2:36 p.m. And the vehicle is on Francis Lane, traveling south or outbound from the Walmart Menards area.
So again, so go to slide 49 as well.
This is from Friday, June 7th, 2:38 p.m. And this is North Spring Street near Summit Drive, and the vehicle is traveling northbound on North Spring Street. Or in this case, it would be traveling southbound because it is facing towards the camera.
So these, if the defendant, Zach Rasch, is the individual driving this vehicle, he would also not have been at work at the start of his shift in Exonia on Friday, June 7th, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so moving to slide 50. So now we're on Saturday, June 8th. Is this date significant?
Yes, it is.
And why is this date significant?
Based upon our investigation, we know that Zachariah Rasch was with Crystal Rasch in the Wisconsin Dells area over this weekend.
So Saturday, June 8th at 1:21 p.m., where is the vehicle located?
The vehicle is located traveling north on State Highway 13 near Broadway in Columbia County, Wisconsin, so on the east side of Wisconsin Dells.
And then 51.
Saturday, June 8th, 2024 at 1:43 p.m. And the vehicle is westbound on State Highway 82 near Powers Avenue in Mauston.
52.
Saturday, June 8th, 2024 at 1:44 p.m. State Highway 82 west from I-90 or 94 in Mauston.
And then 53.
Saturday, June 8th, 2024 at 2:57 p.m. And the vehicle is on State Highway 82 near I-90-94 east in Mauston.
And are you aware that the defendant gave an interview to detectives?
Yes,
And after that interview, did detectives give you some information?
yes,
And so are these slides relevant to that information that we'll learn later from that interview?
yes, they are.
So then going to slide 54.
The vehicle is located in Mauston on State Highway 82 west near I-90-94, and the time is 7:31 p.m. on Saturday, June 8th, 2024.
And again, that red pen is where the camera is located, correct?
That is correct.
So similar camera that the vehicle keeps passing by, is that accurate?
Yes.
And then going to 55,
This is from Saturday, June 8th, 7:50 p.m., State Highway 82 East by I-90-94 in Mauston, Wisconsin. And the red pin is where the camera is located. It's to the right of the main intersection in the image.
then do we have any flock information on June 9th?
There is not flock information on June 9th that I'm aware of.
Does that necessarily mean the vehicle wasn't moving or going anywhere?
It does not. So the flock cameras capture a variety of different images, so they can capture a vehicle that's passing by even if a registration plate is not displayed. When we search for images on flock, we typically are searching for a particular registration to help us narrow our search. And so, for example, if we were to search for a particular plate as such as what I did in this case, if somebody were to remove a plate from a motor vehicle or a plate was not displayed, we would not get that information back in our search results. Additionally, if, for example, this vehicle was next to a larger semi-tractor trailer and it was on the inside lane of travel and the camera captured the semi-tractor trailer in the outside lane, it would block or obscure the image of that vehicle passing by. So we would not capture that information then on flock.
So now moving to 56, we have Monday, June 10th, 5:24 p.m.
Correct.
Where are they located?
This is State Highway 82 West near Powers Avenue in Mauston.
Now 57,
This is from Monday, June 10th at 5:26 p.m. And the vehicle is located on State Highway 82 West by I-90-94, also in Mauston.
slide 58,
Monday, June 10th, 2024 at 5:32 p.m. The vehicle is east on State Highway 82 near I-90-94 in Mauston.
again, based on investigation, we believe that Zach Rasch and Crystal Rasch are still together at this point, correct?
That's correct.
Now going to 59,
This is Tuesday, June 11th at 8:17 a.m. The vehicle is located on Broadway, traveling west near State Highway 13 and 16 in Columbia County, Wisconsin, so the east side of Wisconsin Dells.
and then going to slide 60,
Tuesday, June 11th, 2024 at 12:46 p.m. The vehicle is located on West Layton Avenue, traveling east near 84th Street in Greenfield, Wisconsin.
slide 61,
Tuesday, June 11th, 2024 at 1:26 p.m. The vehicle is located on West Loomis Road, traveling east near 51st Street in Greenfield, Wisconsin.
slide 62,
Tuesday, June 11th, 2024 at 1:37 p.m. The vehicle is on West Layton Avenue, traveling west near South 27th Street in Greenfield, Wisconsin.
and just so that for individuals that are not familiar, the Greenfield area is in the area of what municipality?
I would describe it as being part of the extended Milwaukee metro area, so it's just outside of Milwaukee.
Okay, going to slide 63.
This is Tuesday, June 11th, 2024 at 1:42 p.m. The vehicle is on West Loomis Road near 51st Street in Greenfield.
Slide 64,
Tuesday, June 11th, 1:55 p.m. and West Layton Avenue, traveling west near 76th Street in Greenfield.
and then slide 65,
Tuesday, June 11th, 2024 at 2:02 p.m. The vehicle is located on South 108th Street North, near West Morgan Avenue in West Allis, Wisconsin. And the pin is where that is located, the camera.
66,
Tuesday, June 11th, 2024 at 2:13 p.m. The vehicle is located on South Moreland Road near Greenfield Avenue.
Slide 67.
Tuesday, June 11th at 2:35 p.m. The vehicle is located on State Highway 164 near Lisbon Road in Sussex in Waukesha County, Wisconsin.
Did you also, let me ask you this, are there flock cameras on the interstate?
There are not flock cameras on the interstate to my knowledge.
Did you pull any DOT camera footage?
I attempted to pull DOT camera footage by contacting the State Traffic Operations Center, which we commonly refer to as the STOC, and DOT camera footage was no longer available for the time frame based upon the timing of events. So again, I began investigating this incident on June 25th, 2024, and while I was reviewing ALPR footage, there became a particular interest in that weekend of June 7th all the way continuing until June 11th of 2024. And when I contacted the State Traffic Operations Center for DOT cameras, after June 25th, those cameras were no longer available for our time range.
Got it. Going to, so this 2:35 p.m. on June 11th, is this the last time that we see this vehicle on flock on June 11th?
Yes.
So going to slide 68. Now, what vehicle do we see here?
This is a Dodge pickup truck, and the registration on this vehicle, I believe it's UF7325. But in conducting a records check, Zachariah Rasch was one of the registered owners for the vehicle. And this is from Wednesday, June 12th, 2024 at 9:13 a.m. And the location is North Spring Street, traveling north near Parallel Street in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
And Parallel Street, what businesses does that lead to, this, if you continue going in this direction on 151?
So on the map, it shows business 151, but the actual road that this is traveling on is North Spring Street. And businesses that this vehicle would pass by if it continued north on North Spring Street would include businesses like Subway, Culver's. Currently there's a, there was an Animart there. And if you continue on North Spring Street, it'll eventually connect up with Gateway Drive or County Road B, which then leads to the Walmart and Menards area in that general vicinity.
So moving to slide 69. This is now on June 15th, correct?
Correct. So Saturday, June 15th at 3:59 p.m. This camera is the County Road A near State Highway 33 southbound camera. And you can see the pickup truck heading towards the camera on June 15th at 3:59 p.m.
And so is that consistent with it heading towards or away from the Wood Road residence?
That would be consistent with the vehicle traveling north. So it would be away from the Wood Road residence.
And then 70, I think we accidentally duplicated a slide, so we'll just, oh, no, that's just a
It is,
closer.
it is different, it's just a different view.
Okay, going to 71.
71 is Saturday, June 15th at 4:04 p.m. The camera is the Park Avenue or State Highway 33 camera right by US Highway 151. It's monitoring westbound traffic, and the vehicle is traveling westbound in towards the city of Beaver Dam.
And 72.
Saturday, June 15th at 4:04. Again, same camera and location. This is just an additional image of the vehicle showing that it's going to continue west on Park Avenue in towards the city of Beaver Dam, particularly the downtown area of Beaver Dam is where that would lead towards.
73.
This is Saturday, June 15th at 4:14 p.m. The camera is the North Spring Street and Parallel Street camera in the city of Beaver Dam pointing north, so the vehicle is north on North Spring Street.
And going to 74, that shows just continuing to travel along that path, correct?
That is correct.
And then 75, traveling along the same path.
Well, it's exited from North Spring Street, which again does connect with County Road B, and the vehicle then has turned north onto Francis Lane in the 100 block and is traveling north on Francis Lane inbound toward the Walmart or Menards area.
76.
Saturday, June 15th at 5:06 p.m. and the vehicle is now traveling south on Francis Lane or traveling outbound from the Walmart Menards area in the city of Beaver Dam.
77.
Saturday, June 15th, 2024 at 5:08 p.m. The vehicle is on North Spring Street, traveling south from Gateway Drive in the city of Beaver Dam.
78.
This is a different angular image, but the vehicle is south on North Spring Street from Summit Drive area in the city of Beaver Dam, and that's Saturday, June 15th at 5:08 p.m.
Is this consistent with driving away from that Menards and Walmart area or towards still?
It would be consistent with driving away from the Walmart or Menards area at this time.
79.
This is Saturday, June 15th at 5:58 p.m. And this is North Spring Street, traveling north near the Parallel Street location in the city of Beaver Dam.
80.
Saturday, June 15th, 2024 at 6 p.m. North Spring Street, traveling north near Summit Drive in the city of Beaver Dam. So this would be right next to like Summit Ford.
And 81.
Saturday, June 15th, 2024 at 6:07 p.m. This is the County Road A near Highway 33 camera monitoring northbound traffic, and the vehicle is traveling south on County Road A.
82.
This is the Saturday, June 15th, 2024 at 6:08 p.m. County Road A near State Highway 33, and the vehicle is traveling south on County Road A.
Is this consistent with the vehicle traveling back towards the Wood Road residence?
Yes, it would be a consistent route of travel for that.
And now we're moving on to slide 83.
This is Sunday, June 16th, 2024 at 11:22 a.m. The blue Dodge pickup is traveling east or inbound on Air Park Drive in the city of Watertown, which is where the Watertown Walmart is located.
And are you aware that there were transactions that also occurred at the Watertown Walmart?
Yes.
And so slide 84.
This is Sunday, June 16th, 2024 at 2:45 p.m. Air Park Drive in the city of Watertown.
Hold on just 1 second, Brad. So slide 84. That's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Slide 84 is from Sunday, June 16th, 2024 at 2:45 p.m. This is located on Air Park Drive in the city of Watertown, traveling east or inbound toward the Walmart area.
And then going to slide 85.
This is from Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 7:36 a.m. This camera is the County Road A near State Highway 33 northbound camera. This vehicle is traveling north on County Road A.
And slide 86.
This is from Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 7:42 a.m. The vehicle is located on Industrial Drive, traveling west near Seipel Boulevard in the city of Beaver Dam. So Industrial Drive turns into Ollinger Road as it heads out into the county area. Some businesses that would be located near this would include the mall on the south side of Industrial Drive, which is the mall in Beaver Dam. And then there's a restaurant called El Guacamole on the north side. There's also a hotel in the area south of Industrial Drive.
And are you also aware that were there any transactions in the area of Beaver Dam on June 18th that you're aware of?
Yes, there were.
And what locations were those transactions at?
I would have to review my notes to determine which locations all of the transactions occurred.
But in the area of Beaver Dam.
Yes.
So these slides were consistent with Park Bank transactions that occurred with Crystal Rasch's bank cards, correct?
That is correct.
So the next slide then, we're at 7:44 on June 18th.
Correct. So Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 7:44 a.m. This is North Spring Street near Summit Drive in the city of Beaver Dam. And this is near a Quick Trip that is located near North Spring Street and County Road B in the city of Beaver Dam.
88.
Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 7:52 a.m. And the vehicle is traveling north on Francis Lane or inbound towards the Walmart Menards area in the city of Beaver Dam.
89.
Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 9:46 a.m. The vehicle is traveling south on Francis Lane or outbound from the Walmart Menards area in Beaver Dam.
So now consistent with leaving one of those locations, correct?
Yes, that's likely.
And then 90.
This is from Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 9:52 a.m. This is the County Road A and State Highway 33 camera that faces to the north for northbound traffic. The vehicle is south on County Road A.
Consistent with returning to the Wood Road address, correct?
Correct.
Slide 91.
Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 9:53 a.m. And this is County Road A near State Highway 33, monitoring southbound traffic. The vehicle is traveling south on County Road A.
And then going to slide 92.
This is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 10:20 a.m. The vehicle is on State Highway 60 near Goodland Road in the town of Rubicon. This camera is monitoring westbound traffic, so it would seem that this vehicle is traveling eastbound on State Highway 60 at this time.
And at this point, do you know what's significant about the location of this vehicle in the investigation?
Without referring to my notes, I do not.
So going to slide 93.
Tuesday, June 18th, 2024 at 11:03 a.m. The vehicle is on State Highway 60, traveling west near County Road DJ in the town of Hustisburg, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
And that's on June 18th at 11:03, correct?
That's correct.
And now we jump to slide 94. And now what do we have?
This was a red Chevrolet Cobalt that was purchased by Zachariah, and he begins utilizing this vehicle on or about this date for more frequent travel. So Wednesday, June 19th, 2024 at 7:37 a.m., the vehicle is located on Air Park Drive in the city of Watertown, traveling east towards the Walmart area.
And do you know if there was a transaction at Walmart on the 19th?
Yes, there was, which was conducted by Zachariah.
Okay, and 95, slide 95.
This is Saturday, June 22nd, 2024 at 6:08 p.m. Air Park Drive in the city of Watertown, and the vehicle is traveling east or inbound toward that Walmart area.
And was there a transaction conducted by Mr. Rasch using Crystal Rasch's card in the rephrase that. Did Zachariah Rasch use Crystal Rasch's card to conduct a transaction at the Walmart on Saturday, around Saturday, June 22nd, around 6 p.m.?
Yes.
Going to slide 96.
This is from Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 at 10:39 a.m. The vehicle is located on Francis Lane, traveling north to the Walmart Menards area in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin.
And again, what's in that area?
There is a Walmart, a Menards. There's other businesses as well, but those are two large box stores that are located in that area.
And are you aware whether or not Mr. Rasch conducted a transaction on that date?
Yes, I am.
And I'll just show you Exhibit 18. It's like Sunday, June 23rd.
That's correct.
That it's after that time, but it looks like he's headed in that direction of that Menards, for the Menards transaction, correct?
Yes.
And then moving to slide 97. What's our time on this?
This is at 11:42 a.m. on Sunday, June 23rd, 2024. The vehicle is traveling on Francis Lane outbound from the Walmart or Menards area, or south on Francis Lane.
And then 98.
Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 at 11:44 a.m. The vehicle is North Spring Street near Gateway Drive and is traveling south.
And that's still towards the Menards, right?
This would actually be traveling away from the Menards
Okay.
at this point.
99.
Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 at 11:44 a.m. This is North Spring Street near Summit Drive. The camera is pointed to the north. The vehicle is coming towards the camera, so it is traveling south on North Spring Street.
100.
The vehicle is now traveling north on North Spring Street near Summit Drive in the city of Beaver Dam. And in this image, it appears that it is moving over. There's a turn lane in that area. And it appears that the vehicle is in the process of perhaps changing lanes to the turn lane.
101.
This is at 11:53 a.m. on Sunday, June 23rd, 2024. And the vehicle is traveling south on North Spring Street near Summit Drive in the city of Beaver Dam. And again, in those areas, there's, to the right of that image is where Summit Ford would be. Above where the car is the area where Quick Trip would be located.
102.
Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 at 12:19 p.m. The vehicle is on Francis Lane, traveling north or inbound to the Walmart Menards area. And again, this is at 12:19 p.m. on this date.
103.
It's Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 at 12:40 p.m. The vehicle is now south on Francis Lane, leaving the Walmart or Menards area.
104.
Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 at 12:41 p.m. The vehicle is located on North Spring Street near Gateway Drive in the city of Beaver Dam, and it's traveling south.
So now 105.
Sunday, June 23rd, 2024 at 12:42 p.m. The vehicle is south on North Spring Street near Summit Drive in the city of Beaver Dam.
So now, are you aware of whether or not law enforcement makes contact with the defendant later on Sunday, June 23rd?
Yes, Deputy Kukan had received information about Crystal Rasch being missing. He begins investigating that, and he responds to Mr. Rasch's address, Zachariah Rasch's address on Wood Road, and he makes contact with him there in the driveway area of his parents' property.
And do you remember approximately what time?
It was the early evening hours on that date.
And so then going to 106, what do we see?
This is from Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 1:56 p.m. This is the same previous Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross that we had reviewed many slides of. The vehicle is located on Highway 16 and 60 near Baden Street, approaching the city of Columbus. So the vehicle is traveling westbound, and the camera is monitoring eastbound traffic.
And just going back to your slide, the summary of your PowerPoint, the last time we saw this vehicle was on Tuesday, June 11th at 2:35 p.m., correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So then slide 107. Whose vehicle is this that we see?
This is a vehicle that is frequently driven or operated by Mary Rasch, Zachariah's mother. And so this is from Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 1:56 p.m. And this location is State Highway 16 and Baden Street. And again, this camera monitors eastbound traffic on Highway 16 and 60 that enters Dodge County. This vehicle is traveling west in the same direction of travel as the Mitsubishi Eclipse from the previous slide.
So consistent with Mary Rasch following the defendant's vehicle, correct?
Yes, that would be correct. I know both slides say 1:56, but there is a second timer in the flock data, and it's about 2 seconds behind.
So going back to the previous slide, can we see anything in the passenger seat of this vehicle?
Could you zoom in on the vehicle, please?
So in this image, can you see anything in this?
In this image, you are not able to discern what, if anything, is in the passenger seat.
Okay. Zoom out. We're on 107. Go to the next slide, please, 108. What do we see here?
This is from Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 2 p.m. The traffic camera location is State Highway 16. This is monitoring westbound travel near Hall Road between Columbus and Fall River.
And so what is this consistent with which travel? Where is consistent with the vehicle traveling where?
This would be consistent with a vehicle that's traveling from the Kleiman area to the Wisconsin Dells, or even ultimately the Rasch property in Adams County.
And this shot, can you observe, is the window up, or is the passenger side open in this image? Or is it closed? Can you tell?
Could you zoom in, please? Yes, so the window is open in that image.
And can you tell if there's a passenger in this vehicle?
You're not able to tell if there is a passenger. Again, it's kind of hard to see the image. Are you able to dim the lights at all, Judge, just so that there's a little less glare?
I got that figured out.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a laser pointer on the front side, other side.
Very good, thank you. So again, this image is difficult to tell if there is anyone in the front seat. However, you're able to see here that the seat belt is positioned right in here. You're not able to tell who might be located in the front seat.
So going to, we'll zoom back out. We were at 108. So going to 109.
This image is of the Buick that is known to often be operated by Mary. Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 2:34 p.m. And the vehicle is now located on State Highway 16 near Silver Lake Drive in Portage, Wisconsin. And this camera monitors southbound traffic on Highway 16. This vehicle is traveling north on Highway 16.
110.
This is from Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 2:50 p.m. The vehicle is now located, and when I say the vehicle, it's the silver Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross that Zachariah Rasch is one of the registrants of. And this is located on State Highway 13 north from the Broadway area in Columbia County, so the east side of Wisconsin Dells.
And then 111.
This is the Buick that is commonly operated by Mary Rasch. Monday, June 24th, 2024, 2:50 p.m. In the same location. So State Highway 13 north from Broadway in the Wisconsin Dells area.
And 112.
This is from Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 4 p.m. State Highway 16. And this is monitoring eastbound traffic. This is near Broadway. So by the Wisconsin Dells area, the east side. And this would be more consistent with traveling back towards the Portage area.
113.
Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 4:15 p.m. State Highway 16 south near Silver Lake Drive in the city of Portage. So this would be again consistent of the vehicle now beginning a return towards Dodge County.
And 501.
Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 5:01 p.m. The vehicle is now located State Highway 16 and 60 traveling east near Baden Street. And it exited the city of Columbus, is now in the town of Elba, Dodge County, Wisconsin, which is now consistent with it traveling back towards the Kleiman area.
So I'm going to go to that Mitsubishi. Did we later locate that Mitsubishi?
Yes.
And was there blood on the passenger seat of the Mitsubishi?
Yes.
And then when law enforcement, did you ever personally have any contact with that vehicle?
I don't know that I had any personal contact with the vehicle. I did see and review photographs from the interior of the motor vehicle.
Were there ever reports from other law enforcement officers about any odor associated with that Mitsubishi?
Objection calls for speculation.
That's fine. I can
Hearsay.
have other. So I think we'll end with this. You have a couple of overall maps at the end of this, but I think we've already discussed sort of the overall area of this. And so now I want to shift gears and go back to if exhibit, please do not turn off my computer. Go to exhibit 63 through 83. Do you recognize that exhibit?
Yes, I do.
And what is that exhibit?
This exhibit is a PowerPoint presentation that I prepared for this trial.
And what is contained within that PowerPoint presentation?
There are 3 different surveillance clips that are contained in this, and when I say clips, I mean short video footage that was obtained from the home surveillance system at 730 Main Street, which is the home that was occupied by Crystal Rasch and Brenda Acosta.
And this was exhibit 63 through, sorry, can you tell me the numbers?
Yes,
again?
it's exhibit 63, exhibit 64,
So
and
63
exhibit 65
the total on this PowerPoint, 63 through 82, correct?
through 83.
83, thank you. 63 through 83. And did you personally review all that video surveillance and take all of those pictures?
Yes.
I would move 63 through 83 into evidence permission to publish.
Any objection?
One moment, just to clarify, Your Honor.
Yes. Oh, so I did it like this, like. So, because they're pictures, so we mark them individually. Got it.
Got it. No objection, Your Honor.
All right, they will be received.
So, starting with, now this is their header, that was Crystal's address, right? 730 Main Street.
That's correct.
Going to the next, and then you reviewed the home surveillance. Do you know who the provider was of that home surveillance? Do you recall?
It had its own DVR system, so it was retained locally. It was not necessarily available through a cloud system. I believe it started with an S, but I don't recall the specific name of the system.
And going to the, and you reviewed the video surveillance from which date to what date?
I reviewed video surveillance on June 5th, June 8th, and June 11th. I did ultimately go back and review everything between June 5th through the 8th. But those are the specific dates of focus, was the 5th, 8th, and the 11th.
Okay, going to the next slide here. So this video surveillance, it's in black and white, is that correct?
Yes.
And then what are we, so June 8th, and you have the timestamp as 11:41 a.m.
That's correct. So you're able to see a date and time on the top right. In this particular video clip, it's very hard to see.
And June 8th is Saturday, correct?
Yes.
I can give you the calendar if you,
No, I'm certain it was Saturday.
and so we'll start playing at 11:41 and 32 seconds. And then it ends at 11:41 and 42 seconds. Who do we see on the camera there?
The person that is seen in the video footage is Crystal Rasch, and so she is moving from west to east down her driveway. This camera faces toward the northwest and is mounted on her residence, capturing video footage of her driveway.
And do you know whose vehicle that is in the driveway?
I believe that vehicle had been her mother's vehicle.
Excuse me.
And then what is she carrying in this image?
She has a bag that she's carrying with her.
And then Could you tell what kind of sweatshirt she was wearing at all?
Could you replay
Sure,
the
we can
video,
play it
please?
again.
I don't recall from the video.
So, and then moving to the next. So that. Next surveillance footage. So that was exhibit 63, correct?
That's correct.
And now we're looking at 64.
Yes.
And what point where are we looking at here?
Specifically, you'll want to focus your attention on the driveway area, which is on the left side of the screen toward the middle, and then you'll want to particularly focus in on the sidewalk area. So this camera is mounted on the east side of Crystal Rasch's residence, 730 Main Street, and it faces towards the northeast. So it captures that front walkway that leads up to the front door and the driveway and roadway areas.
And before we start playing this, off to the left here, what road would that be?
Off to the left, further up is, I believe it's Church Street.
And is there a church on Church Street?
There is a church on Church Street.
Okay. And play. I'm sorry, we're starting to play at 11:41 and 40 seconds. Go ahead now. And then it ends at, I'm sorry, 11:42, correct?
Yes.
And do you believe is also approximately the correct time?
Yes.
We saw a white truck that drove by. Is there any reason to believe that that truck was in any way relevant to the investigation?
No, I do not believe it was.
And was there any other, on June 8th, any other surveillance that was relevant to the investigation on June 8th?
Not from the house.
So going to exhibit 65. So this is more surveillance, correct?
Yes, it is.
So what date are we looking at here?
This is June 11th at 9:59 p.m. And this is that front camera on the east side of the house that faces northeast towards the driveway area and also that front walkway up to the front door. However, the content of interest from this video is of a male that is moving from north to south on the opposite sidewalk on the east side of Main Street.
Okay, so we'll start playing that at what timestamp on this is 21:59 and 52 seconds. We can end that now at, we can end it at this point, correct?
Yes.
At 2230 seconds. So that male that runs by, were we able to ever identify who that person was?
Not conclusively.
And later on in the investigation, is there phone information that puts Zachariah Rasch's phone in this location at the same time.
Yes, in the same general location.
Okay, and then now moving on to, you have an informational slide on the next slide. So now you go and you do the property search basically in Crystal's bathroom. So we'll move on to slide 66. So we talked about this a little bit before. You, can you just give a brief summary of what you were going there to locate?
Yeah, so I was going to 730 Main Street to obtain DNA standards from Brenda Acosta and also suspected DNA standards from Crystal Rasch. I was informed by Brenda Acosta that Crystal had resided in a bedroom that was located upstairs, which had a bathroom connected to it. So she gave me permission to conduct a search of her premises. I conducted a search of the bedroom and bathroom area at 730 Main Street in hopes of locating a DNA standard for Crystal Rasch.
So 66 here, this is Crystal Rasch's bathroom,
Yes, it is.
and 67.
This is also an overview photo of Crystal Rasch's bathroom. It depicts the sink and shower areas of the bathroom.
68.
This is another overview photo of Crystal Rasch's bathroom. It specifically depicts the toilet and shelf area of the bathroom.
69.
Again, this is a photo from Crystal Rasch's bathroom, but this is of a hairbrush that had been located on a shelf near the toilet area in her bathroom.
And did you take possession of that hairbrush?
Yes, I did.
But did the crime lab ultimately decide that they didn't want to utilize the hairbrush?
I believe ultimately the toothbrush was selected as a DNA standard.
Okay, and then moving to 70.
This is an overview of the sink area as I came upon it. I noted that there was a singular toothbrush in the toothbrush holder of the sink and then also a razor on the right side of the sink.
And so that
It's over here.
sink, or that toothbrush that's in that photo there, there's just one toothbrush, correct?
That is correct.
And just so the jury can see that we did our due diligence, if you're gonna just open that bag and show that the toothbrush that's in that photo is the same toothbrush that's in the bag.
So I'm considering the front of the bag, the side that has the white label and the exhibit mark on it. I noted that the bag is still sealed, intact, making a cut on the bottom left side of the bag upwards to remove the toothbrush. This is a blue and white toothbrush. It's a parodontics toothbrush.
And you can just stand up and show everyone down at the end, and then we'll go on to the And then so moving on to Exhibit 71. We have a wall calendar hanging on the wall, and it's a little, this is for June of 2024, correct?
That is correct. And it's photographed as it is still on the wall in Crystal Rasch's bedroom.
And I think that both that other detectives observed this as well, and there was something significant about this, correct?
Yes, in reviewing the images from the wall calendar, which include the entire year of 2024, Crystal appeared to be very meticulous about crossing off dates that have passed by. And it was noted that for the June 2024 wall calendar, that the last date that was crossed off was June 9th, 2024.
And then she also had down here, visit kids, correct?
That is correct.
And then she had something, it looks like on the 7th, some type of, it looked like pre-trial conference, I think, written on the 7th, correct, on Friday?
Yes,
But nothing listed on the 8th or the 9th, correct?
that's correct.
And then camping listed on the 15th, correct?
Yes,
And then did you ultimately take possession of that calendar?
yes,
But then did you also take pictures of every month?
yes, I did.
So we'll just go through every month quickly. So it looks like that's January, just showing all the days that are crossed out, correct?
That's correct.
So that's 72, then 73, February. Looks like maybe all the days were crossed out, but not the 28th and 29th, and then 70, oh man, I always lose count. 73, 70, 74 is March, all crossed out. 75, April, all crossed out. 76, May.
Correct.
And then obviously into July, August, and the rest of the month, those were not crossed out, correct?
Yeah, if you want to, I guess, go back to June. So the June image, we can see that in some of these, it appears that there's lines that go through. So obviously this is hung up on the wall, and I'm of the presumption that it likely stays there as it's being crossed out. So some of, like, the multi-lines are actually just from previous months.
So bleeding through, but it doesn't look like there's active cross out. And then if you could just open up that calendar that's in that evidence bag and open it up to the month of June, please.
So this is Exhibit 90. And again, this is sealed by me. It's secured with evidence tape. I will make an incision across the top to remove the calendar.
So there's the front of the calendar, correct?
That's correct.
It says every moment matters. And then if we can just turn to the month of June. Just hold that up there, just maybe stand so everyone can see. And it looks like there's items written on, we talked about the camping on June 15th, and then on the 17th, 18th, and 19th, looks like a jury trial that's indicated on there, correct?
That is correct.
And then for every Monday, what does she have written down on there?
For Mondays, she has on here visit kids.
And then it looks like she has some doctor's appointments written on there as well, correct?
That is correct.
And in fact, on the 11th, she had a doctor's appointment written on there, correct?
Yes. That was supposed to be in the morning on the 11th.
And I would move 90 into evidence.
Any objection?
And 90 being the calendar?
Yes.
Itself, the physical, no objection.
All right, then it will be received.
And I don't have any other questions.
Cross.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Detective
afternoon.
Sergeant, is that correct?
That is correct.
I'd like to begin with some of the flock cameras of the Mitsubishi Eclipse were taken that you showed us were from late May into early June, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you were questioned about some of the dates and times in early June when the vehicle was being driven during supposedly the hours that Mr. Rasch was supposed to be at work, correct?
Yes.
Okay, did you ever get his work schedule for that week that we were discussing on the flock cameras for early June?
I'm not sure. I have seen portions of his work schedule.
Okay. Do you know if he had those days off for whatever reason?
I do not know.
Okay. There was another mention from the surveillance footage at night in front of 730 Main Street, where it appeared to be someone on the far sidewalk, either walking or jogging on the sidewalk. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, you said that Mr. Rasch's phone was in the general area for that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, when you say general area, we know what's your understanding of cell tower technology?
I have a pretty good understanding of cell tower technology. I'm a Cellbrite operator for our agency, and I often process and investigate crimes that involve cell phone evidence and digital evidence.
Okay, so where did his cell phone, what cell tower did it ping off of?
I would have to review the specific information, but my understanding is that his cell phone pinged off of a tower in the area of the village of Kleiman. So there is cell mapping data and information to show that previous to this time frame, his cell phone had been in the area of his residence of Wood Road in the town of Kleiman. And then during the general time frame around 10 p.m., there's cell tower data to show that his phone moves towards the village of Kleiman.
Okay. So if you were driving along the main street, the street that Ms. Rasch lived on, if you walk out the house and make a left, that takes you to kind of a county road, is that right?
That's correct.
And is that the Territorial Road? Is that the name of it?
I would have to look at a map specifically to identify exactly which road it is.
Okay. And that's a county road that you would take to get to Juneau?
There is a county road that goes into Kleiman that you could take to get into Juneau.
Okay. And if someone were driving along that county road and their cell phone was active, would that ping off a tower in that area, that general area you described?
It is possible, yes.
Now, when you exit 730 Main Street, like Ms. Rasch did, and you make a left and you go towards that county road, at the end of the street, there's the Zion Lutheran Church, correct?
Yes.
And then if you make a left on that county road and go for 1 block to Church Street, that's where these St. John the Baptist Church is, correct?
Yes.
All right, so there are 2 churches there within a block of each other.
That's correct.
Do you have in front of you Exhibit 84? The flock camera exhibit.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't think we're going to need to put it up on the screen, but I just wanted to go over a couple of slides with you. Okay. prosecution's been kind enough to put up slide 61 and then 62 afterwards. Okay, thank you. So we're looking at slide 61 from Exhibit 84. And the address that's of the flock camera is West Loomis Road and 51st Street, correct?
Yes,
Okay, and that E stands for that the flock camera is facing east?
that is correct. It's monitoring eastbound traffic.
Okay. Now, you're aware in this case that in that Mr. Rasch's phone, that there was some Google searches for attorneys in the Milwaukee area, specifically in Greenfield.
Yes, I am aware.
Okay, and one of those law firms is, I'm going to spell it, we'll pronounce it first, Konstantakis Law. It's Konstantakis.
Yes.
Do you remember seeing that in during the course of your investigation?
Yes, I do.
Are you aware that that law firm is on the corner where that flock camera picked up Mr. Rasch's vehicle?
I'm aware that it's in very close proximity. I don't know specifically which corner, but I do know and recall that it was very close to where his vehicle was picked up on flock.
Okay, thank you. If we can go to slide 62, please. Okay, and in slide 62, that is also another slide in Greenfield, Wisconsin, correct?
That's correct.
All right, and if we can go back one more time, I'm sorry, to slide 61. Are you aware that there was a search on Mr. Rasch's phone on June 11th for the law firm of Manger and Hueneke? It's Magner and Hueneke.
That sounds correct. Without reviewing his specific, without reviewing the specific records, I can't say for sure if that was the name of the law firm, but I'm aware that he did search at least 2 law firms on that date.
Okay, and that law firm is just down the road from this flock camera too, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
It's like a 2-minute drive.
I'm not sure exactly how far, but I know it's in close proximity.
Okay. But it's safe to say that both of those law firms are in close proximity to that flock camera on West Loomis Road and 51st Street.
Yeah, they're both in close proximity to the flock cameras in Greenfield.
Okay. The calendar that we have in Exhibit 84, well, we know that Crystal Rasch was camping in Adams County with Mr. Rasch, at least from June 8, 9, and probably 10. Was that noted on her calendar?
May I review that?
Of course.
It was not noted on those days. There was camping noted on the 15th of June.
Okay. All right, so it was not noted on her calendar. The only other adult living with Crystal Rasch at that time, June 8th, was her mother, right? Brenda Acosta?
That's correct.
Okay. She didn't have any information about Crystal camping with Zach on that weekend, did she?
I don't recall her having information about her camping with Zachariah that weekend.
Okay. And Crystal's car was left at the property 730 Main Street, correct?
That is correct.
The vehicle, was it operable?
I believe that it technically would have been operable, I guess. I'm not sure that it would have been safe to operate on the road. It had sustained damage to it.
Okay. What kind of damage? Can you describe that?
I would have to review all of my photos to say for certain.
Okay, one moment, Your Honor. Thank you. Nothing further.
Redirect.
I don't have any redirect.
All right, you can step down.
Would you like me to do 10 minutes of photos, Judge? Otherwise, we can start our next witness
sorry.
tomorrow. Would you like me to start our next witness, and he's a long witness? I can do some photos with him for 10 minutes to fill the rest of our time for today, or we can start afresh tomorrow. It's up to the court.
We'll start fresh tomorrow.
Okay.
You're welcome. All right, folks, you may think that I'm just sitting here doing nothing. You're totally incorrect. I was in the process of ordering donuts for tomorrow morning for you folks. I accomplished quite a bit. Anyway, but the donuts are only available if you follow the rules that I have set forth, which is please do not discuss this case with anyone. Please do not watch any social media, television. Do not listen to any radio reports. You can go home and root the Brewers on. You don't have to, but that would be a good use of your time this evening. Get some rest, and we will see you folks back here at 8:30 tomorrow morning. All right, with that, you're free to leave. Thank you.
Still gotta wait for the ladies.
All right, anything before we break?
I don't think so, not from the defense.
Very good. We'll stand adjourned tomorrow morning. Unless any of you or either of you anticipate any problems, we'll expect that you're here at 25 after, and we'll kick off at 8:30.
Yeah, 25 after? Okay.
Please.
Thank you.
We are adjourned.